Hello and welcome to this 1v1 cast of Supreme Commander on this mysteriously named map, Twin Rivers. It is, you might not know why this map is called Twin Rivers, but it's a little known secret, and I'll tell you why it's called Twin Rivers, because it has two rivers, symmetrical, on the same side of the map. Madness. Okay, so we got ZLO vs Kaiser here, and yeah, this is quite a fun map to play. It's not too big, and everything's kind of kept the same. There's got a lot of T1 play. Got to make sure you can get all these mexes, and there's going to be a lot of raiding. There's just enough mass in the middle here to really make it attractive, to make sure that you send engineers to get this. And on top of it all, there are even mexes on these other side islands. So this is a fun map. It's definitely becoming one of my more favorite maps, even though I just get raided madness on it. But that is where the fun is, and if you really want to be cheeky, you can actually even build some ships, and I've had success with ships on Twin Rivers if you can manage a way to get around it. So this is the build order. He's gone 3 P-gens, 1 mix 3 P-gens, that's interesting. 3 P-gens, yeah, okay, both of them did 1 mix 3 P-gens. They maybe know things that I don't know, because that's not how I do it, so maybe they do it better. In fact, I'm sure they do it better. And if you haven't noticed, this is generally the place where I criticize people who are better than me, and I hope they don't take that too seriously at all. Incidentally, if you want to get your replay cast, then send it to me. My email address that I use is in the description of the video. It is indefatigablemoose@gmail.com. If you know how to spell indefatigable, then you can send me your replay. If you don't know how to spell indefatigable, then you can't, but you can always copy paste it from the description, so you can in fact get it cast. And you don't have to be a top rated player. I don't mind if you, I just want interesting, close and competitive matches, and if you send that to me, I will cast them. How about that? That seems like a good deal, because I just go into the replay vault and I just pick matches that I think are interesting, and sometimes I'm right and sometimes I'm not right, and it's probably will be a better idea if people send me matches that they know are good and fun and competitive. So this mech marine got matches here. It's a cute little mech marine, just minding his own business, and then ambushed by a mantis. Oh no! Running away in panic. Wow, this actually looks pretty cool. The mech marine failed at life. Okay, so it was a nice raiding attempt by ZLO. There's a bit of micro there, both in exactly the same eco. The first scout coming out from ZLO, which I really do like, because scouting is life. Scouting wins games. It really does. If you know what your opponent is up to, then you can respond accordingly. No T2 mechs here yet. Not here either. A little bit too soon for that. There's a lot of T1 that needs to be built to remain competitive on this map. You have to go get the things. Kaiser is not choosing to go for the reclaim here in the middle. ZLO is, but this engineer is very easily raidable, and if this mantis is microed better, could stop the engineer, but he doesn't. This is mantis here that, but will he get there in time? Well, the engineer will get most of the reclaim, I think, even if it does get there. We've got scouts coming out from ZLO, Kaiser as well, and a bomber. T1 bomber heroes. T1 bombers can be so crazy effective. If they can just avoid any kind of AA, they can just kill engineers, and T1 bombers can win games, but it's a little bit high risk because they're quite an expensive investment right early on in the game. But come on, this is making me cry. Opportunity missed. Well, he's technically gonna get the kill, but hey, cheeky. Okay, he plays that P-gen there just to stop shots from the mantis. It didn't work, but it is the thought that counts. So I like this. This is really what sets the top tier players apart from the rest of us goons, and it's just the fact that they're constantly doing these small little raids all over the map. It wears your opponent down. It absorbs their APM and gets them flustered, and then they can't do the things that they want to do, and it's just these really low investments that just can operate really disproportionately. One thing that, so Kaiser has sent his ACU to this little core of mexes, which is good because it locks it down. ZLO has opted not to do that. I guess he's just kept his ACU in his base for build capacity. On this map, both seem really viable to me. because it's just so much need to build that you really need to build with the ACU. And I guess if you don't need the ACU to secure this, because Slow is just dominating map control, then maybe it's best to keep the ACU in your base for build capacity. Maybe that's the way to look at it. So in the event, Slow definitely has more map control, more T1 units on the map. Slight eco advantage to Kaiser. I want to see players going for these islands soon. Hopefully that's going to happen soon. It's free mexes. And there's also a fair bit of reclaim on those islands. Are we going to T2 yet? Are we going to T2? Mexes. I'm looking for T2 mexes. Not yet. Oh yeah, here it is. Slow has started, so yeah, that's awesome. Mr. Bomber, maybe you'd like to do a thing. Yep, this is you, Mr. Bomber. Go and kill those mexes over there. Or you can just chill there, that's fine too. Okay, so Slow is scouting the islands, that's good. Hopefully he's going to make sure that no one's there, and then maybe he can go and claim them. Still, just, yeah, tons of T1 spam. Upgrade to T2 mexes, and if Kaiser doesn't keep up, he's going to be left in a poor situation. So Kaiser is still staying on his T1 mexes, he's not ecoing. He's building forces, but he has to use them. Because if he lets Slow eco, he's just going to lose, really. Because if you aren't being aggressive and your opponent is ecoing, then it's all over. There's really not much you can do about it. But he doesn't have enough T1 to really threaten. So Slow, even though we're only 6 minutes into this game, Slow is, I think, it's in a much stronger position than Kaiser at the moment. So Kaiser is clearly going to have to do a lot of work to remain competitive in this game. And it'll be interesting to see just how he does that, because I am sure, based on the length of this game, that he is able to maintain competitiveness. All the fighting has been in Kaiser's half of the map, so that's really good. Just keep the fighting there. Keeps all of Slow's mexes safe and secure, but it does mean the reclaim is on Kaiser's side of the map too, so that's the one advantage that he has, and he has to make sure he's able to utilize that. We should see T2 land possibly soon as well. That might give either player an advantage. Gunships also might be really effective here too, to just try and yeah, okay, that's the T2 land factory upgrading right now. So that's Kaiser's plan. He's probably going to go for rhinos to try and win the T2 with land, and Slow's exactly the same decision, but he's a little bit behind, but he has got a much stronger economy. So Kaiser is going to have a little bit of a tiny window, maybe 30 seconds of having T2 land before Slow does, but probably not really effective. He's got the transport, so hopefully he's going to go for the island soon. Slow's still not going for those islands yet. I'm surprised by that. I think he should. He clearly has the resources to do it. Does he have the APM for it? And apparently not yet. Nice to see these walls being walled off. It just helps. And it takes literally half a second to take an engineer and wall it up, and it's super cheap, but that wall is not going to be completed. No sir. Any upgrades on the ACUs? 9 kills, no upgrade. Ooh! These ACUs are going to have a little disagreement over whose land this is. Guys, this just goes back to into slow. Oh, no, here he comes. Hey, they're going to charge at each other. Nope, reclaim. I don't know if they even know each other. If they even know that they're there yet. But I like this. Kaiser has... He's got an advantage in tier 1 land, and he's using it. He needs to take out his mexes. He needs to try and hurt Slow's economy because he is so far behind. I wonder if he knows. Does he know Slow doesn't? He hasn't even had a single scout of his base. Oh wow, that's bad. That's really bad. He has no idea what Slow's up to. He doesn't know where his eco is at. He doesn't know anything about anything in the middle of Slow's base. But at least he's taken out his eco. And as long as you're fighting the enemy, you can generally have a fairly good impression about... well, if you're doing damage to him, then you kind of know where his eco is going to. He's going to replace those units that you've just killed. So So as long as you're fighting your enemy, you generally have a feeling for what he can and can't do, or potential he has. It's when you aren't fighting him and you just let him alone and don't scout him, that's when really dangerous things start to happen. Okay, so Kaiser has got this island. I like that a great deal. That's gonna help even up the odds. And yeah, ZLO's lost 8 mexes here. Wow. Okay, so Kaiser is definitely even Steven's eco. Fantastic. T2 engineer going to. Oh, this is a Sparky. I've noticed players are starting to use Sparky, so maybe it's just slow. They got like a little gun on there. I've always been suspicious. And a little radar antenna. Because yeah, to get this nice music jams. I have no. But okay, it's a nice feature. The normal T2 engineers don't have radar antennas. It does things, communication things. It helps the gun shoot better. Got pillars too. They're great. And he's taking this one Mantis off from the group just to be annoying. Forcing ZLO to split up his forces. Okay, so what's happened here? ZLO ecoed harder than Kaiser did. Kaiser was able to, instead of those resources that ZLO put into eco, Kaiser was able to put those resources into tier 1 land units. He got an advantage in tier 1 land, and then he wrecked some of ZLO's economy. And now they're pretty even. Kaiser's on ahead because he's claimed this island. He should have T2 mexes. He has 2 T2 mexes. I would definitely like to see him have more. Maybe the back ones, but no. ZLO the back ones, yes. And do we have rhinos? We've got rhinos and we've got pillars. It's too early for tier 3 land yet, but I want to see Percivals because they're just the best. Cybran have the opportunity to rush a Monkey Lord, but quite honestly, if you just rush an equivalent amount of Perseus, then that's really good too. The micro from Kaiser could definitely be a little better. This Rhino is taking a little bit of unnecessary damage, and the biggest issue that I have with Rhinos is that they often choose to shoot terrain, and that's always a shame. I've never noticed before, but those guns on the Rhino are really long. Like, really long. Is that barrel, that length of that barrel, really necessary? Are they overcompensating for something? I think they might be. Hey, tier 1 bombers, we know how effective they are against tier 1 lanyards when they're all stacked up, and the answer is very. Maybe a hoplite would have been a better choice for Cybran here, I'm not sure. Cheeky! This is so annoying to deal with. Just one striker here, one striker there. How he keeps up with the APM there, I don't know, but he does. We have got Kaiser taking both the islands, so this is going to give him a big advantage. I remember in the previous game of Castle, ZLO versus this guy on Finn's Revenge, that ZLO took the islands and they were uncontested. You can't just ignore these islands. At least ZLO has scouted them, so I hope he's going to do something about it. 1 tier 1 bomber is not going to be enough. Even taking the engineers. And yeah, Kaiser's also getting that sweet, sweet reclaim that is in trees. Those forests are not long for this world. Okay, so we've got some TMDs up. More than necessary, I feel. But he is going against Cybrans, maybe Vipers, but the tactical missile launcher, is this? Maybe it's overkill, who knows. Got T2 transport coming out. Maybe a T1 transport would do, but he's gone for a T2. What's he going to use it for? Okay, so this is definitely a battle which Kaiser wants to take. He'll easily kill these things, and it's an easy reach of any reclaim, so you go for it, Kaiser boy, you go for it good. And then... Hey, this isn't... Wow. ZLO is in a serious dangerous position, and he understands it. That's why he stopped building this thing, and he just ran away. But, this is not a good situation for his ACU to be in at all. Wow. The Deceptors are there for moral support and moral encouragement. Ooh, this is getting a little bit loud. I am going to turn this sound down a little bit, and hopefully we don't miss any too much of the action, because that'd be embarrassing if it's just in my sound when ZLO dies. Or maybe he would appreciate that. So, maybe someone can tell me why he's using a T2 transport to transport T1 engineers when I would just build a T1 transport. Ooh, well, because he wants to take some pillars too. Even so, I just use T1 transports. I'm not quite sure that the T2 transports really justify the cost. But Janus's... I guess this is large area denial, because these guys, they just walked into the fire. They weren't even hit by the fire originally, those two on, what are they called again? Medusas. They walked into the fire and they just died. We've gotten some flak in here, the mix as well. We've got some very effective use of overcharge. But there's not too much coming in for Slow. He's just really using overcharge well, I think. I think that's the main thing that's happening here. But even so, this is a very serious threat to Slow's ACU. It's going down to yellow. Wow. How does he survive here? Do these 4 pillars help save the day? I think they must do. Just... I think the main thing that was used here to save Slow's life was very, very effective and efficient use of overcharge. Overcharge saves lives, and scouting too. Scouting overcharge saves lives. So yeah, Slow was like, nope, this island is not for you. We are gonna... it's still not for you. So Kaiser has managed to just sheer ahead in eco, and I was really impressed by that. I thought this game was so in Slow's pocket. But Kaiser was able to bring it back. And Slow's going for this island too. Come on. Respond to this well, Kaiser. You can't let 2 pillars just destroy everything that you have here. You've got this factory. Make it build things to help out what is happening here. But just... will this T1 PD do the things that it needs to do? Maybe. I think this is enough. But I would still like the land factory to be building more. Maybe it's inefficient, but how I'd like to secure these islands is I always build maybe 3 or 4 factories here, so that if there is a drop you can just spam mech marines or mantises or strikers or what have you. It's great. Even though there is some flak in here and those Genesis die, he's forcing Kaiser to never let his army sit still, because if his army sits still, he just sends in a Janus. It's great. Okay, so let's have a look at the T2 mexes for Slow. What does he have? I'm just going to double click, and he has got this many T2 mexes. And Kaiser has this many. Kaiser has more for now. But maybe not for much longer. That was just a T1 bomber. Hey, Kaiser's got some... Kaiser? Kaiser? I'm not quite sure how you're supposed to pronounce that. Kaiser. I don't know. These pillars have been cheeky, but the PDs are gonna keep them in check. Okay, so a lull in the battle now. Both of the guys just not feeling too sure how to proceed. We are going T3 land. That's why there is a lull. That's what Slow's doing. That's why Slow's lulling anyways, because he stopped all his, not all his production, but he stopped all his T1 production. He's just building pillars, and then surely it is going to be just a horde of Percivals. And Kaiser, hey, he's also T3 land, so they agreed with each other. They consulted a little bit before the game started, and they agreed that they were going to go to T2 land at a specific time, and then that they agreed that they would go to T3 land at the same time. Then also, Kaiser was a little bit ahead in his T3 land. He already has 3 loyalists, but loyalists lose first against Percivals every time. They just lose. So that's a problem. It's definitely a problem. Yep. Gonna have to get another T1 PD in the middle or on the side here, because he's veered off this amount of forces to deal with that. That should be sufficient. Hopefully he won't lose a T2 max, because that would be upsetting. Got a Percival here, but he's got an awkward route to walk out of here. I don't quite know how I feel about having the T3 land factory so claustrophobic. Maybe just make the T2 land factory a little bit more away from the central hubbub of the community that we have built here. But it's sufficient for Slow. Oh, please don't lose this 2 team maxes. That'd make me sad. No! That was just a little bit that was a lot of delay in terms of just managing the interception. Kaiser would have been better off sending those forces to what he wanted to defend rather than to where his attackers were. Okay, he's going to lose 1. Hopefully he won't lose 2. I don't think he should lose 2. The Rhinos are here now, and they should deal with the strikers sufficiently quickly. Ouch. So brought in some air support, and now Kaiser has just lost this island. That's a shame. If you had invested a little bit more slightly into either of the islands, you could have secured them, and I think it would have been very worthwhile to not only make sure that you get the mexes, but you deny to your enemy as well. So it's almost a double win. So yeah, I would have definitely have liked to have seen a greater investment, and I don't mean a large investment, I mean maybe 2 or 3 extra land factories on the island, so you can build units in a response to what comes. That's generally how I like to play it. So we've got T3 mobile artillery from Kaiser. These are actually pretty good, because repairing it. Wow, okay. Maybe it's expensive to repair? Just energy, so yeah, why not? That was expensive. Don't know where or how to take damage, possibly from a thing, a Janus. Nice. I think that has to be in reference to, well, I think the T3 mobile artillery, possibly for the air, but probably for the mobile arty. So another thing that these mobile arty are good for is when ZLO has a horde of Percivals, is that they're quite good at damaging them. They're not going to damage the Percival they aim for, but they'll damage the Percival that they hit. Yeah, makes sense. If there's a horde of Percivals, you're going to hit one somewhere. So you don't have enough loyalists for this, I don't think. No, you don't. This is not a fight you want to be taking. You're right. No, this is absolutely not a fight you want to take. You're going to lose this fight. So, but when you get enough loyalists, what you need to do with them is you need to charge them in when you have enough. He doesn't have enough here, but when you do have enough, you charge them in, and then when they die, they do a little EMP burst and they disable everything around them. And it's super effective for dealing with big nasty things like especially galactic clusters and other experimentals, where sure the GC might kill one, but then you get stunned for 4 seconds or whatever it is, and that stun's brutal, man. If you can get those stuns coming off timely, they can be brutal. I still feel like it's a little bit too loud. There we go. Okay, so yeah, Kaiser has units laying still, and he gets punished for it. The Jameses get punished too, but nope, that one will not live to fight another day. So yeah, it's time to just stop building pillars. Any T2 land, hopefully they are stopping. Nope, not yet. I would upgrade this to a T3 land factory. This one was a T2 land, but it got upgraded to a T3 land, so that's good. And we're just going to see a horde of Percivals, and I'm not really sure how Kaiser is going to try and handle this. I think he's going for the T3 mobile R2 route. We're going to see how effective it is. I don't know. I don't know. It's impressive, it's pretty, if nothing else it is pretty. And getting some air for getting some air too, so that's pretty sweet. Let's have a look. No kills, 2 kills, 10 kills, wow, okay. But no idea what units they were. Surely not those weren't all Percivals, because I don't think ZLO has even built 10, or maybe he has built 10 with some being lost. But yeah, if they stand still, that's probably a cost-effective way of dealing with them. I don't think a Monkey Lord is a good idea against Percivals. It just doesn't work. If he does want to go experimental, a Megalith might be better, but or a Soul Ripper. Yeah, Cybran I feel just has poor choices dealing with the late game UAF. They aren't really very good options. And ZLO with the 2 side islands now has the eco advantage, but it's still anyone's game, that's for sure. It is still anyone's game. Kaiser has a substantial force here. ZLO is trying to build up a force of Percivals, which no doubt he'll want to charge into the trebuchets. But maybe ZLO actually wants to start thinking about maybe a Fat Boy? These aren't enough to deal with a Fat Boy, I don't think. I don't know really about countering a Fat Boy with T3 mobile arty. I've got a feeling that you're going to need a lot, and you're probably going to lose a lot against the Fat Boy. T3 Strat Bombers at this point might be a good idea too, or at least T3 Air. That'd be a pretty good idea too. This is... What are you trying to do? Is that one loyalist? Is that going to be enough? Oh, it's a brick. A brick might be enough, right? Will a brick be enough? I think so. I think a brick will work. Too much anti-air, not enough PD. This brick will need to get veterancy to be able to stay in this fight, but against this T1 business, I think he will get it. Just, you want to go towards the T1 units. You're going the wrong way, Mr. Brick. You've been a little bit too cowardly. Go in there and get your veterancy. T1 anti-air is not the correct choice. That's slower. Hey! Okay, what are you shooting at? Just... oh, that's trouble. If he can get this T3 mobile RT in range of Slow's base, that would be ace. But I don't like this. I think... So Slow is using his ACU still aggressively in the T3 land phase, which is pretty bold. But he's got his shield, he's got his mobile shields, and he's got his overcharge. And that's overcharge. He can take out loyalists one by one. He just has to make sure he doesn't lose his ACU. And with the mobile shield gens and his own shield, it's a good play. I like this. I like this a lot. This is definitely something I'm going to have to try and incorporate in my games in the future. Is when we're dealing with a fairly low number of T3 land that a shielded AC with overcharge can do a lot of trouble, especially to those bricks. There are like 3 bricks here, and they're running away, and quite rightly so. Hey, the artillery in the background there, isn't that pretty? That's pretty cool too. And the flak going up too, and things falling from the sky. Okay, how's our brick here doing? He's got one thing of veterancy. He's taken out. Oh, these are T2 maxes here. That's gonna make it hurt especially bad. Just go in there and kill things. And this brick, at the rate he's going, is going to be able to clear the whole island. So I like this. This is actually great. I like this a lot. If he yes, he's done exactly the same thing to the other side, except with loyalists. I was about to say that he should do the thing to the other side too, and he has done. So that's very sweet. Okay. Back to the middle here. Our mobile RT is still just trying to do damage. 5, 14, 2, 5. So they're doing work. When they're clustered up like this, that's less than ideal because one Janus or 2 or 3 or 4 or however many Januses you need can do damage to all of them. Oh, here they come now! Not quite Januses, but 2 bombers. Oh no, that hurts too much. Oh no. That made me very sad. Oh jeez, that's exactly why I don't want to clump them up. That was so cost effective. Hey! More drops! So I like what Case is doing as well. And this is a dangerous situation for Slow's AC to win. Oh my goodness. Oh, and he's getting stunned by the loyalists. Is he gonna die here? Oh my goodness. If he needs to die here. If he doesn't die here... Kaiser has invested so much in here, he's getting stunned as well. But it's a 5 vet ACU. And no, he's gonna live. He's going to live. So okay, your Corsairs are still alive. Don't let them be dead. Oh my goodness. Okay, he's just trying to do little twirls and circles. Oh, but the Corsairs are flying into the AA that Slow has. He's trying to dance. He's in the red. He's going to be under a shield soon. Yes, good. Stay alive. But that shield's not going to last very long. We've got some flak up here. Those Corsairs are not going to be enough to finish it. We've got some more T3 land coming up to try and hunt him. But I don't think this snipe is going to work. It is not going to work. It was a really, really good attempt. But that was a good attempt. Slow definitely overextended. Kaiser tried to punish, but it just wasn't enough. But yeah, still has the Corsairs, or these new Corsairs, I fear. So I would suggest trying to use them to find better targets to kill, but there aren't any, or at least there's a lot of anti-air on the map, so these Corsairs need to not be doing this. That was a waste. Yeah, he should have let go, kept his Corsairs as a resource as he had them, and just brought them into the back areas and fights over here. Although they wouldn't have lasted long either, because Slow has T3 ASFs, and I think ZLO has this game in the bag now, unless Kaiser is able to pull out some really, really sweet snipe. I think ZLO has it. He's going to have this reclaim field, although as I say that, there's actually not that much disparity in the eco at all, and really, no, I'm talking nonsense. Kaiser is still in this game. He's definitely at a disadvantage, but he's still in this. He's lost his islands. ZLO's a little bit ahead in eco, but he still has options. Okay, so we're going to Monkey Lord. We're going to Monkey Lord against Percival's. This Monkey Lord is going to have a lot of support from bricks to survive. But in terms of what T3 land ZLO has and what T3 land Kaiser has, this could really work. So I like this option. But whoever gets this reclaim field is going to have a huge advantage. So I think that should be ZLO's priority. So just get some engineers here to get the reclaim going. Maybe rebuild these maxes too. So I really liked Kaiser's drops on these islands, but they were just too light. They weren't enough. The forces were able to be killed, possibly. I don't actually really know exactly what killed them, but and with that, air ZLO's probably spotted the monkey. Maybe not a visual sighting yet, but you can tell by the missiles that were launched and these guns. So ZLO definitely knows about the monkey lord and he's running away. I really hope that he keeps the support with the monkey lord all the way through. So the monkey lord has this long range gun, and it's not too shabby actually. Hey, too late, ZLO, too late, and he knows it and he's booking it. So this is a fairly bold SU now. It's down to half health. He's got his shield, but you want to be walking in the opposite direction of the spider, and I want this T3 land in support of the spider. I don't want it. Come on. I really want the T3 land near the spider, because the spider's now going to take like too many personals here. The spider is dead. Oh, if this T3 land was with the spider, this would have gone very differently. But you can't hear it, but that was me shaking my head in sadness and despair. The one thing that had to happen was this T3 land had to be near the spider. It might not have mattered, but at least he would have invested all of his resources into that one strike. Percivals can be stupid. They can sometimes shoot a tier 1 land unit, so sometimes that can work. If you just spam even flares or light assault bots at the Percival, right? They will shoot at them. They will prioritize other targets, but they will shoot at tier 1 land, and it's a waste. This is too many Percivals. Oh, that just makes me so sad that the monkey lord was wasted. It killed almost nothing. So Kaiser, I feel, is beginning to throw the game away. There was effectively 2 snipes that just ended poorly, put him back into a worse position, and gave his enemy resources. So his loss advantage has just gone through the roof now. So okay, yeah. So Kaiser is going for T3 strat. So this is going to be his third ready sniper attempt that he's going to be going for. Getting broadswords coming around the side. It doesn't have air support at all, so I really don't like this option at all. I guess that's why it's called the cheeky snipe. I don't think Kaiser was nearly as far behind to warrant such snipes, but yeah, that's the way this game works. If ZLO spots these strap bombers, it's just going to be a sad day for Kaiser. I mean, these strap bombers, they still might work, but they also might not work, just like the other snipes. ZLO is getting that monkey lord. Where is his ACU now? He's over here. So he's got the shield up. He's got strat. He's got Sam. So Kaiser is going to get 1 pass. Each strap bomb is only able to launch 1. With the amount of shields he has here, even the mobile shields. I don't think he has enough strap bombs. I'm really not quite sure how many he needs, but on the 5 vet ACU, it's more than what he currently has, I can tell you that much. And they've been spotted. So this is just a complete fail. And he knows it, and there goes the GG. So the game should be ending really soon, but I'm going to speed it up to complete the conclusion. I would agree with Case's assessment here completely, that he did throw this. Oh, did he? I'm not sure. Okay, he might not have thrown the game away as such, but I think his snipes didn't work. And if he had chosen not to go for any of those snipes that he went for, and instead invested in his more conventional army, he had a good chance of winning this game, I'd say that much. So thank you for joining me for this cast and this game. It was a fun and exciting one. This is actually a really fun match on Twin Rivers. And if you have casts that you have, not if you have casts, but if you have games that you think should be cast because they are good or fun or exciting, then email them to me and I'll do that. Okay, hope you see you next time. Bye.